So the volume 26 extras just came out. We've got some new sketches and some new information from Gege. I just put out a video on it, but this video is not about the extras themselves. It's about the rabbit hole they just sent me on. So if you're not caught up with the manga, we'll see you in the next one. All right, so before we dive in here, I'm just gonna ask everybody to politely put on their tinfoil cap and bear with me, okay? This is a bit of a stretch, but it feels like it's something. So anyway, in the volume 26 extras, we got a handful of sketches, a number of which included Gojo, right? And I just got to thinking, like, if Gojo is truly gone for good, then these sketches may be some of the last time we get to see, like, original Gojo work from Gege, right? But then I was like, well, you know what? Wait a minute, that's not true. And that's not true because even though Gojo is gone currently in the manga, he's actually been showing up rather frequently recently via flashbacks. And so this got me thinking, when did this start? So as we're all aware, chapter 236 is where Gojo gets cut in half. This is the last time we see him if you don't count just seeing his legs on Kenjaku's phone a couple chapters later. This is the last time we see him until chapter 253. Chapter 253, aka the chapter that is celebrating the 6-year anniversary of Jujutsu Kaisen. Gojo shows back up. Now it is a flashback, but still, kind of a coincidence, right? Or is it? And since showing up in 253, Gojo has then appeared in every chapter since. Now, it's only been 3 total, but that's still interesting, right? After not showing up for nearly 15 chapters after his death, starting with the anniversary, he's in every one. So this is where we start to go off the rails a little bit, but just bear with me. Given Gege's fascination with numbers and lining things up according to chapter or real-world events, I could see this first Gojo flashback that happened again during the 6th anniversary could be the first of 7 steps, aka 7 flashback Gojo appearances, leading up to his ultimate reintroduction into the series, re-enlightened, reborn, whatever you want to call it, because this would go exactly in line with the 7 steps Buddha took towards his rebirth and enlightenment, something that has been explicitly alluded to in the chapter where Gojo died with these 7 lotus flowers. Now, if this follows, then Gojo's 7th appearance would be in chapter 259, and if JJK follows its normal release schedule with a break after every 3 chapters or so, then chapter 259 would fall on the week that ends April and begins May. And that week just so happens to be Golden Week in Japan, a week filled with numerous national holidays that a ton of people take off work, celebrate, and go on vacation for. Does that not sound like the perfect time for Gojo to come back? I mean, come on, just wouldn't that be perfect? And I know it's far-fetched, but just knowing how Gege is so intentional with his symbolism and his numbers especially, I could really see this being the vision. There's really only one major hurdle that's preventing me from saying, like, yes, this is 100% the case. And that's the fact that it's April Fool's Day. To my fellow Gojo Copers out there, I'm sorry, I just had to do it to you. I had to have some fun today. Plus, you know, we gotta be self-aware, right? I still think Gojo's coming back. Don't get me wrong, it's just, this ain't it. But send this to some Gojo haters because you know they're not gonna make it to the end of this video, and it'll be funny to see them cry about it in the comments.